Skiing and sledding down Old Main can be fun, but also kind of dangerous, which is why you might want to be careful next time you hit the slope. Girls could learn about a variety of sports, whether that be shooting a basketball, spiking a volleyball, or walking the balance beam. Students standing here on the front row of the student section are literally so close that they can reach out and touch the basket. All proceeds from the concert went to Aggie Radio to help them keep the station running and to help them get new things for their studio here in the TSC. You could see more than just trash car racing, as they had hillbilly lawn mower racing as well. Here in the Spectrum, I'm standing on a stool to get to the height of the guys competing in the dunk contest, all of them about 6'8" or taller. But when I step off the stool, I'm more the height of a normal man. 5'10" is the average height of a man in America, which is why you probably can't dunk as well at home as these guys can in the dunk contest. Girls were even able to step into the flight simulator to get almost the full experience of what it's like to be in aviation.
Like you touched on, Adam, that's something that Utah State is going to need to do a better job of if they want a chance to get back into this one.
They really, in this game, there's a good tip right down the line from Wyoming. I believe it was Haley McArdle. Don't quote me on that one, though. I might be wrong, but I believe it was her. But you're right, serving and serve-receive. Wyoming's been so good today on the serves. 4 aces in this game. Utah State has none and has 2 serving errors. Wyoming has none.
Off the match with a serving error.
And so that's something you've really got to change. And serve-receive hasn't been great for the Aggies as well. They haven't been able to get good, solid passes off of that serve-receive. And really that's what you want is off of that serve-receive, if you get a good, strong pass, you want to be able to come out with the kill before the other team even has a chance to attack the ball.
Yes, I got it. I saw that. Good job. High five.
Tennis, soccer, and cheer, just 3 of the sports girls tried out at Utah State for National Women in Sports Day.
It gives me a chance to do some of the sports that I don't do, just with no pressure, just for fun.
I love showing the girls what sports are out there and meeting the athletes so they know what the possibilities are for them in the future.
Girls could learn about a variety of sports, whether that be shooting a basketball, spiking a volleyball, or walking the balance beam.
Here, arms out. Good job.
One Aggie says she's glad to volunteer her time today.
I think it's so important that we have more women in sports and that it's equal to the men's and stuff like that, just to show that we can do just as much.
Let it bounce and hit it. Okay, one more. Let it bounce and hit it. Good job.
Girls tried out 8 sports today. Female Aggie athletes coached the girls through drills and options.
It lets girls know they can be what they want to be.
Yes, good job.
Great job, guys.
Aggies served more than tennis balls for about 50 girls.
I think they will look up to us, and maybe one day they will be one of us and play maybe for Utah State one day.
Adam Larson, ATV News. Students have been coming to the Spectrum for 50 years now, making it an environment players never forget. Camping out before big games to come see the Aggies play has long been a tradition for USU students. One Aggie says this is one of the loudest arenas in the country because of those fans.
It literally gets so loud, you can almost feel the floor shaking.
A former Aggie says coming out of the tunnel was his favorite part of the game because of how loud the fans got.
This is it, like you're going into the Coliseum, whatever you want to call it, and then coming down the tunnel and the noise hitting you. I remember that feeling, coming down the tunnel is pretty cool.
The Spectrum is unique in that it has seating much closer to the court than other arenas, letting fans haggle players more than they could somewhere else.
They're so close you can hear everything they're saying.
Students standing here on the front row of the student section are literally so close that they can reach out and touch the basket. Franson's daughter, currently on the women's team, says the student section is really what makes this building special.
There's just been a culture of just buy-in from all the students that we're going to be here when it's game time and we're going to be crazy and nothing's going to get in our way. Snow, rain, nothing, we're going to be there because we know that we matter and that we're a part of something.
Even with the seats in the arena being odd-colored, players seem to like them.
I always defend them whenever everyone's like, we need to get new seats. I'm like, no, we don't need to get new seats. This is what makes the Spectrum different and cool and not boring.
Ultimately, Porter thinks that the fans are really what make the Spectrum special.
There's no team that we play in conference or out of conference that has a student section that even comes close.
Welcome to ATV Sports. Today we've got a lot of touchdowns, but there's a few other things sprinkled in the middle. I'm Adam Larson. Let's get right into it. Utah State football took on Stony Brook Saturday, and they put on a show. Players and fans were excited for the first home game of the season and the first home game for Coach Gary Anderson in his second stint with the Aggies. Anderson finished his first stint with a 26-24 record before leaving for Wisconsin. Jordan Love started his day off with a deep pass to Jordan Nathan here. Utah State would fumble on the drive, but Devin Tompkins took the punt return to the house to score the Aggies' first touchdown of the night and his first touchdown return of the season. Love would throw for over 200 yards in just the first quarter, including this dart to Cioce Mariner for the touchdown. The Aggie defense was also heavily involved, getting a stop here and not allowing any points from Stony Brook in the first half. Utah State had 14 different players make a catch in the game, including this nice one by Caleb Rep. Aggies would have almost as many yards on the ground as they did through the air, thanks to several long runs, including this 28-yarder by Jalen Warren and a 54-yard touchdown run on the Aggies' next drive. What a run right here by Warren. He finished with 105 rushing yards in the game, and the Aggies had over 300 yards rushing as a team. Quarterback Henry Colombi threw his first touchdown of the season as Utah State played 3 quarterbacks in the game, all 3 of them scoring touchdowns after Andrew Peasley took this one 59 yards on the ground for the touchdown. Peasley did get injured later in this game, bringing Colombi back in to throw for another touchdown, capping off a 62-7 win for the Aggies. Utah State's 62 points is the second most under Coach Anderson. The Aggies' next game is at San Diego State on September 21st. Planes, helicopters, and flight simulators. Utah State's Girls in Aviation Day had plenty for everyone who showed up.
So, right here is your airspeed, so that's how fast you're going.
These girls are learning about a plane flown by Utah State students, hands-on.
They get to try something they've never done before, and when they do it, they're just like, they go, wow, this is so amazing. And it's really cool to see them get excited about something that they haven't done before.
Girls were even able to step into the flight simulator to get almost the full experience of what it's like to be in aviation.
Whether they want to fix airplanes, fly airplanes, work on them, air traffic control, this is a chance for them to know what they can do in the future.
Utah State has a new drone miner and used one to take a picture of everyone at the event.
So I always thought women have been doing what they want for years, and that it was no big deal that I was going to go into this field.
The keynote speaker says working on airplanes isn't just for men.
We are capable, we're strong enough, it's all about physics, we don't need to have that extra muscle.
Olsen says she didn't have a female to look up to in the field.
I wish I had it, so I want to be that voice and face to other girls.
She hopes these girls continue their interest in aviation.
I would love to have one day to have an all-female engine change crew so we can actually prove, listen, we got this, we can do it.
Demolition Derby met NASCAR at the Logan Fairgrounds this weekend. Trash car racing had all sorts of old cars and vans make an appearance, but some of them didn't make it through the night. One man went head-to-head against his brother.
This race, he took my car out. Last race, I took his car out.
Crashes and cars getting stuck are common, so drivers pick any car they can find.
This one I got from my roommate. My last 2 I got out of a scrapyard. Just whatever I get with 4 tires. We just make whatever run.
Conover says racing is a hobby he enjoys with his family and friends.
You could see more than just trash car racing, as they had hillbilly lawnmower racing as well.
One lawnmower driver enjoys the night's environment.
I just feel like that I'm with like-minded people, that just want to come out, have a good time.
Garner says he thinks lawnmower racing is safer than driving in the cars, but you can still tip over. The night also saw the cowhide ride, a person getting dragged behind a four-wheeler on a piece of cloth. One man jumped from the crowd to try it out.
Ate a lot of mud, got a little cut up, and had a great time.
but someone always drives through the mud a winner. Old Main seems like a safe place to have some winter fun, but some thrill seekers come out with injuries, like the cut on this guy's face. Sledding, snowboarding, and skiing down Old Main are age-old traditions for Aggies, but don't think that Old Main won't claim you as a victim if you aren't careful. One student says he enjoys all the people crashing on the hill.
Honestly, I love seeing all the wipeout videos. It's pretty funny just to see. It's always Old Main beating the USU students.
Wipeouts like this happen often, and some students post these videos on social media. Skiing and sledding down Old Main can be fun, but also kind of dangerous, which is why you might want to be careful next time you hit the slope. One student thinks the university should let people know the dangers of going down Old Main.
They should put out signs that say, sled at your own risk, because this is like an age-old tradition for campus students and people who live in Logan.
You might think you can best Old Main, but as students say,
Old Main is undefeated.